Here with Haleigh Fitzsimmons to preview the upcoming competition, start of the upcoming competition season for Concordia Dance. And as we record this, about a week away from that first official competition, I know the teams appear at a lot of events in the fall too, at other sporting events, but maybe you can fill us in a little bit on what the fall is like in terms of practicing and training and trying to be ready for this part in the second semester.
Yeah, in the fall is just dancing at football halftime. So we learn about our different routine every week to bring something different to each game. And we learn our competition routine. This year we actually learned it in around October. So we were prepping for competition at the same time we were dancing for football. And so then we kind of made that transition once basketball kind of starts. We're still performing at halftimes, but we're more intensely working on competition versus learning new halftime routines. So that's really about the only difference. And of course, practices get harder, get a little more intense, and then we spend a little bit more time in the weight room just trying to get stronger. So it kind of goes from a little bit more calmer to really getting into the heat of competition.
Right, and this at least the second year, maybe more than that both teams have come in before the second semester started to get a jump on things. What can you say about what I guess that week before the second semester started was like, and how that has maybe allowed the team to grow during that time?
Yeah, it was really fun. We both came in cheer and dance competition teams. We arrived on Monday, and then we had 2 practices a day starting on Tuesday. So that was kind of jumping, and we just strictly did competition. That was all we were focusing on. So it was both teams in the same gym. So that was kind of fun for that camaraderie to kind of watch each other's routines progress and cheer each other on. So it was a good team building moment because we got to be there not just for our other dance team members, but for the cheer team as well.
I wanted to look a little bit at what happened last year. I think another big improvement for the team, and that showed in some of the results too. But what do you kind of attribute that improvement that you've seen during your time here?
I mean, all credit goes to our coaches. They do a fantastic job of pushing us and helping us improve. I think it also has a lot to do with the team itself. We've had a lot of amazing girls come in who are competing, and they keep working hard. I think each new group of freshmen that comes in is ready to work just as hard, if not harder, than the last, and that really helps when you've got a team that really wants to not just do it for them, but do it for Concordia as a whole.
That competition season kind of goes by pretty quickly. It was end of February last year when the last time you had a chance to be in a competition as a team. But are there maybe specific areas of growth you've seen since then?
I just think we're doing so many different skills that my freshman and sophomore year we never would have even dreamed of. So that's always really exciting when we can just head out right at the gate doing more advanced technical abilities, and we've got some really cool tricks in the routine that I'd never done before that our coach introduced us with, and everyone's been hitting it and pushing to get better at it. So the routine's looking pretty cool. We're kind of starting at a higher level of intensity and skill set than we've ever had before my entire time I've been here. So that's awesome.
What's that process of mastering the routine and making sure that when you have that competition next week that you're ready to go?
It's a lot of trial and error. Our coach will introduce us with something, and we spend a lot of time kind of nailing down how it's done properly, the whole technical process of it, and the mechanics of doing it. And then it's just drilling it over and over and over again until eventually we kind of have a place where we can start from, and then we can do something even better maybe once we're all set in that area, and then we can improve upon it for like later competitions. So we may have one specific sequence of turns we do 1 week of competition, and then something completely different the next week because we're just improving on what we've already done. So the routine is never stagnant. We never just go right out of the gate and change nothing. We're always trying to change it to get a higher score on that score sheet for a level of difficulty. So it's always moving forward.
What's the best thing about being a part of this team in particular?
All the girls are amazing. They're making this last year for me really hard to say goodbye to. So they're funny and they're great and they're super smart. They care not just about their athletic performance but about their academic performance. And they're big inspirations for me, and they just make every time we go into that gym just a really awesome memory. So.
Unfortunately, we don't have a CIT to look forward to this year, but there is still a big home event coming up in February. What have you enjoyed about, you have these smaller events at some of our basketball games, and then what do you enjoy, I guess, about those bigger events where you're competing with a lot of teams at one time?
I think when we do compete at basketball games, it's very condensed and very rushed, which is still fun. But when we get our own chance to have an invitational, it allows for us to spend more time in the competition itself, and I guess in the competition world that we're in. And more people get to come and watch us, and we know that they're there to actually watch us compete. So we usually get a lot of family members who come out for these big invitationals, and that's really exciting to see some of my teammates' parents who are maybe out of state come for this big competition to watch them dance.
You mentioned your coaches a little bit already. I know Emily Aschenbach is now on as a full-time employee in the athletic department, so you've got I guess more help there, but what can you say about their influence on the team and just what they do to make this program special?
I think they're just always looking for ways that we can reach our full potential. I know that in years past it's been difficult just because we haven't been there skill-wise or technical-wise, and now that we have more dancers and cheerleaders who are prepared to kind of go that extra mile and do more things with the routine itself, they're always pushing us and supporting us in everything that we do, and they do a great job at reminding us that they care about us and that they just want us to get better no matter what we do. And it's great to be in a very supportive environment when you're heading into a competitive scene.
And last thing, what are you most looking forward to about this competition season?
I'm really excited for regionals. It's kind of the big competition that we head for. It's the last one in February, and it's super fun to see how the routine has improved and changed at that point versus our first competition, and just how much growth we see in less than a month, and to see all that hard work pay off and get a chance to beat some of those teams that we're pretty close with in score range, and kind of bring our best and leave it on the floor and just have a lot of fun with it.